Okay, welcome back for more Greycat Online. This time I'm going to give you my main deck that I use on tournaments. I've been playing with this deck for roughly a year now, a bit less. Um, it's been pretty good to me. I usually end up in top 4, top 6 with it. So, okay, getting to the cards. This is my Red Eyes Metal Darkness Dragon. I love dragons, I collect them, I play them, and this card's pretty much set the whole game for me. Um, I call this deck the Fallen Dragon. Why is that? Well, compare the Red Ace face with the Fallen's face, also known as the Decepticon symbol. Well, for me they are pretty much similar, only need to put some Red Ace here. But there's also some strategy to it. Well, I'm a Decepticon fan, plus darkness. Okay, so you have 3 Metal Darkness Dragons, Jump Edition, yay for me. Okay, of course you need Red Wyverns. I run 2, sometimes I side the third one, but usually 2 is enough. 2 Dark Horus, the main big 6, 3000 beater, plus sometimes has a useful effect if your opponent doesn't notice. Prime Material Dragon. I ran 2 of these. Most people I've seen use only one, but this is one of the best dragon cards there are, at least in my opinion. It can negate almost any destruction effect there is that destroys monster, and not only monsters. It also can negate cards like Black Rose or anything else that destroys the whole field, among others monsters. And it can also negate my own cards. It can be like I can, let's say, negate a light and darkness dragon with it. What else? It can negate Trico. It can be It can be activated in battle phase, as long as you have cards in your hand. Also, its damage inversion effect is useful. No Magic Cylinder or Chaos. I once won a deck with a duel with this effect. Okay, okay, let's move on. Enough rambling. Okay, Sky Scorch Norleras. This is another part why I call this the Fallen Dragon. What you want to do with it is use this guy's effect, pay 1000 life points, and send all cards on the field and in both players' hands to the grave, and draw 1 card. I'm lucky enough to draw a Future Fusion or Dark Creator afterwards, but it's really something awful to do to your opponent. Okay. Next up, of course, to activate Norleras, since I don't run any fairies and not enough fiends in this deck. Font of Chaos. It copies any effect monster in your grave that you decide to remove. It copies its name, effect, and attack points, but gives no battle damage to your opponent. Also, it's commonly known as the Puddle. I really like the name, and it does look like a puddle. Okay, of course, Dark Creator to revive more monsters from your graveyard. When you have 5 or more darks in your grave, you special summon it in no monster out. You special summon it from your hand, and by removing one dark monster from your grave, you special summon another. Of course, Dark Greffer to charge up the graveyard. Send one. Discard one dark from your grave to send one from your deck to the grave. Of course, Dark Armed Dragon. Everyone knows what this does. It's really a shame that they released it in Super Rare. Kokimaru Drago, another of my favorite decks. It blocks any special summoning of a dark or light monster. It really abuses Black Wings, Infernities, Light Swarms. It can abuse me if I'm not careful. Also, it's a 1900 beater. Plus, it can stop such annoying monsters like Gors, Tragodia, Battle Fader, Colossal Fighter. So, a really good card. Okay. And of course, summon a monk to summon 4-star monsters like, let's say, Paddle, Greffer, or any of my small dragons. And now to the spells. The main engine of this deck, Future Fusion. You want to send as many. Want to send 5 dragons from your deck to the grave to special summon this guy in 2 turns. Sorry. I usually send Red Eyes, Wyvern, and either Kokimaru Drago or Primaterio, but I also send whatever I need. Okay. A lot of darkness for draw power. Triple trade in for more draw power. I have 6 targets, so it really helps. Also, if it's a dead card, you can discard it for many effects. Card destruction for more discarding and drawing. Foolish Burial to bury anything you need. Monster Reborn. In my deck, this card really is something more. Monster Incarnation. A really useful card. I really don't know why so many decks don't run this card. You can ditch whatever you want to get anything you need, like let's say ditch a Dandelion to get a Debris Dragon. A really good card. Lightning Vortex. I'm looking forward to replacing it with a Dark Hole once I get one. Giant Runate, since Heavy Storm is gone. This is my way to keep away the back row. DDR, sorry, 2 DDRs. You remove a lot of monsters in this deck, so it comes in handy. Mystical Space Typhoon. And Different Dimension Burial. So far this is also a proxy. I usually borrow it and torment. If you got one to spare or sell or trade, type me, we can make a deal. And next, for the trap cards, there are the staples, Call of the Hunted, Torrential Tribute, and Solemn Judgment. And also 2 Royal Decrees. Well, some people ask me why, since I run total of 5 trap cards, I run these. Well, I usually use these to block my opponent till I can launch something like the puddle or anything, and then they are not really that useful. Also, if the opponent destroys this card, I still have more to fill for it. Okay. Next up is the extra deck. Of course, 5-headed dragon, can be destroyed or get any battle damage with anything that isn't light or divine. So it's like a huge armor master. Chimera attack Fortress Dragon, of course against the machines. Rage against the machine. And for synchro monsters, since I don't really run any tuners in my deck, I only run these staple ones: Thought Ruler Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Infinity Doom Dragon, Goyo Guardian, and Colossal Fighter. In case I get one with Monster Reborn, so that just in case. I also would run Brainiac or Catastrophe, but I don't have any of these. Also once, so if you got them to share like before. Okay, now for side deck, one Kokimaru Drago for extra blocking, and two Kaiku to clear the graveyard of my opponent, also block him from removing anything. For spell cards, I run two Nobleman cards out and one extra Mystical Space Typhoon. And for trap cards, I run two Mask of Restrict against, of course, Monarchs. I used to run two against the frogs. I really busted those frogs, that's why I got the nickname Frogbuster. Okay, a really good card. Next up is the Crevice from Different Dimension ×2. And next, Light Imprisoned Mirror against the Light Swans or any light based deck. One additional Royal Decree. And my favorite deck, Chain Disappearance. When your opponent summons, special summons, flip summons, or whatever, a monster with 1000 or less attack points, you remove it from play. You also remove from play every copy of this monster in his hand. You can also see the hand and his deck. So imagine this playing against Dandy War or anything that runs small monsters. Really abusing. Okay, so that was my main deck. Comment it, subscribe, rate it, and see you online with another Greycat Yu-Gi-Oh installment.